Airtel Tigo. Life is simple. And Lydia Contraceptive. With Lydia, you truly decide.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show on television. Here on The Point of View, we get the right guests. We ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you. It's an interactive show, and you can get in touch. We want to hear your views on some of the things we discuss. So if you're watching on television, send us your comments and your thoughts on the WhatsApp number on the screen. And if you're watching on any of the social media platforms, there's a live stream with comments. Keep it clean, keep it healthy, keep it interactive. I have a big show, 1.5 hour show tonight. We're going to get more into the infrastructure projects, indeed, the projects that the government outlined in the project tracker. We're going to have an interesting conversation about project delivery and some of the promises made in the previous week. I have two very interesting people joining me in studio. We'll be right back. So it's been a busy past 10 days for all of us. On Tuesday, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, held a town hall meeting. It was under the auspices of the results fair, where he gave a lecture on the MPP's infrastructure achievements in the past 3.5 years. He finished by launching a website called the Project Tracker.com, which has, at the time, 17,000 projects. Now it's 18,000 and a few projects. 2 days later, the opposition held a press conference challenging the vice president on some of the claims he made at that program. Then on Saturday, the MPP met at Cape Coast to launch their manifesto. So there's been a lot of politics in the past few weeks. Today I'm going to speak to two, call them young Turks or leading lights of the leading political parties. I have the Deputy Minister for Health and Member of Parliament for Lejokuku, the Honorable Bernard Boye, in studio. I also have Mr. Sammy Gyamfi, who is the Communication Officer of the NDC, in studio. We're going to try and track some of the projects on the delivery track. I'm going to have a conversation about fact-checking some of the claims made by both sides, and hopefully you'll be the better off for it at the end of the day. But before I get to the politicians, I want to show you some of the things our newsroom has been doing in relation to some of the announcements made. So, for example, if you go to Adenta, which is my constituency, there are lots of claims made. If you go to the project delivery tracker, it talks about roads that have been built. So I'll just show you quickly what I saw, and then I'll send you on a quick report to some of the things we tried to verify. So on the project delivery tracker, Adenta has about 17 roads which are supposedly finished. And those roads are listed on the tracker with some very interesting conclusions. For example, we are told Adenta Shaliboche Old Town Road ongoing, but the Ajiringano Village Road and Islamic University Road completed. There are GPS addresses on some of these projects, but we haven't really seen the geotagging of all. So Jifa Akua Metam went to Adenta to just talk to some of the people in the areas that these roads are. This is by no means an exhaustive fact check, but it's nonetheless useful. So we'll start with Jifa, then we'll go to Kumasi to check on a few projects. After that, we'll resolve an issue that came up in the previous show, because I had Felix Kwachio Fosu and Gideon Boaku here. They had an argument. We had some information to clarify those issues for you. Then Okoe and Sammy Gyamfi would get into their own discussion. So let me take you to Adenta. This is what Jifa Akua Metam, who is the host of Breakfast Daily, found on some of the roads listed on the infrastructure tracker.
On Tuesday, August 18th, the Vice President, Dr. Bawumia, presented the status of the various projects the MPP administration promised to deliver to the people of Ghana. He also launched a delivery tracker portal for Ghanaians to check and verify the existence of said projects. The City News team set out to the Adenta municipality, where government claims to have completed some 11 roads and 3 schools. We set off at Lakeside Estate, make our way to Asheye and Poma village, and finally to Doku. At Lakeside Estate, the road looks worked on, but still has huge potholes. Kobina, a resident, talks to us about drainage issues and its impact on the road.
The road was constructed 2 years ago, and we have some patchy potholes on it, and the potholes was repaired about 6 months ago. And this area itself, we have a big problem here, because from the gate side to the third junction, this place has become a valley. So when it rains, water from all the four angles come together here, and no car can cross and no car can come out. It affects us here a lot, because for me, for organizer like this, I deal with the cars and the road. When inflating somebody's tire, drivers dodge potholes and drive towards me straight. And sometimes I get up and run from the road and give them way to pass. At
Ashiye Ampoma village, Asha, also a resident, says although the community is ecstatic about the completion of the 3-unit classroom block, the sizes of the classrooms are too small for the number of students.
The school is up to JHS1. If not enrolled JHS2 yet, it's only up to JHS1. But one thing I've observed is the class sizes are too small, and the number in the classes are too much. They are above the class sizes. The kids are congested. At first, in a class, there are 52 plus, but now I learn 70 plus. But the class sizes are just small. But now there's 70 plus, and some are even sitting on the veranda. They don't even get decks or space in the classroom itself, so they sit on the veranda.
Finally, at Doku, a resident tells us more about the road, which looks complete without any potholes.
What I know much about the road is that formerly it had some potholes, but they used to patch it timely. But when the change of government came, that was after 2016 election. Yeah, it was from the first year of this very government that I saw there was this big asphalt being done. As a rider, you need to get a smooth road, you understand? And when you have a smooth road, you have a smooth riding. There's no this kind of dodging potholes and a whole lot of things that will cause an accident, you know.
So that was Jifa Aku Ametam. I need to tell you that Adenta has 133 projects on the delivery tracker, 44 completed, 89 ongoing. So this is by no means an exhaustive fact check. The other place I would go is Ashanti region. Let me just check Asokwa Municipal quickly. And let me look for housing projects, because I feel it's important to just check what they have there. Now, there's no housing project specifically in Asokwa, but you can look for a different district. So let's try Achumamponia, and we'll see. Now, you can also simply do a quick search for all projects in Achumamponia. There you have it, 35 projects, 12 completed, 23 ongoing. So that searches can be very granular. Now, Hafiz Tijani of City News, our Ashanti regional correspondent, checked on some of the housing projects in Ashanti region in general. He came through with this report.
The vice president at the town hall meeting in Accra said the Akufo-Addo government initiated over 17,000 infrastructural projects in various parts of the country, with over 8,000 of them having been completed, while the remaining are ongoing. Parts of the projects he mentioned were the construction of 2 housing units at Kwadaso and the John Ajekunkufor Estate at Kejasi in the Ashanti region. Workers were busily putting finishing touches to the Kwadaso projects. In 2018, President Akufo-Addo cut sod for the construction of 120 housing units made up of houses and apartments. The project, which has been named after the former President Kufuor, is aimed at addressing the country's housing deficit. Some contractors were on regular supervision of work when City News visited the site.
You can see it's first. We have done almost 70% now. And now you can see the carpenters, those who are making the POP, they are all on the way. Oh, I for one, I started this project about a year ago, and it's ongoing. So many people have reached certain stage, and it's going on. This is a living room. Here is a living room, and the bedrooms are there. And here is the dining hall. The kitchen is here. The storeroom is next to the kitchen. Okay. According to the agreement we have done from them, they are doing well.
Oh, very nice. This housing corporation, I don't get problem with them financially or any deficiency. They always cooperate with the contractors. The work is ongoing. Oh, very nice. In fact, we have been with them for almost 6 years. And this project, I have 14 buildings here without any problem. Okay. Oh, I normally come here twice a week. I have my foreman here. I cooperate. I talk to him on the telephone. So I just communicate with my workers every day.
The projects are being constructed by the State Housing Company Limited. Roads leading to the sites are being constructed. Electricity and water sources are also being extended to the facilities.
Work is ongoing at this site at the John Ajekunkufo Estates, and housing units are at various stages of completion. Reporting from Kejase in the Achumawibiaje district in the Ashanti region, Hafiz Tijani for City.
So that was Hafiz Tijani's report. So those are just two regions. As I say, the projects are many. Tracking is not going to be very easy. But let me introduce my guests. So I have the Deputy Minister for Health and MP for Lejokuku, Honorable Bernard Avle. Great to have you.
Yes, Senior Daddy.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
I hope you are well.
By His grace, I'm fine.
Fantastic. I was at the Cape Coast event. Thought your T-shirt was nice. I think your speech was also good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great. Sammy, good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
I always tell NDC we are neighbors, but we hardly meet. We are the closest radio station to the NDC by proximity. So it's good to see you.
Good
Hope you are fine.
We're managing.
Fantastic. Where is President Mahama?
Today he was in the Ashanti region, Kumasi to be specific.
Oh, okay, to meet Otunfo.
Yeah, to adore our running mate to the Otunfo. I believe that he should be in Accra by now.
Wow. Now that there are 16 regions, there's no way anybody will clash. The regions are enough everybody to go. Fantastic. Before I get into today, I feel it's important to just do a few things. Last week I had Felix Kwachu Fosu and Gideon Boako, and the discussion was about many things, but the Kwame Nkrumah interchange comparison to the 4 came up. So our team, Jonas Nyabo is one of our fact checkers on the newsroom. He works on specific projects. So he did a fact check of 3 claims made by Dr. Bawumia, and I feel it's useful for our listeners, our viewers, for me to read the findings. Now, he did this fact check together with Dubawa, so they do it on various programs. Now, there were 3 claims Dr. Bawumia made on Tuesday, August 19, on infrastructure. He said that, number 1, the Pukwasi interchange was the first 40-year interchange in West Africa. Jonas and his team did a fact check, and this is basically what he says. We have the Pukwasi interchange. This is a 40-year interchange in West Africa. It's the first 40-year interchange in West Africa, the first. The loan agreement for this project was signed in November 2016 for a 3-tier interchange. When we came into office, we looked at it from a value for money perspective. We negotiated it to a 4-tier interchange for the same amount of money, he said. Given the scope of the claim, Dubawa restricted its search to the top 5 countries in West Africa with significant infrastructure development on the Africa Development Bank's 2019 Africa Infrastructure Index. So they used Cabo Verde, Gambia, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, and Nigeria. They couldn't search all 53 countries. In Cape Verde, they found no evidence of a 4-tier interchange. For the Gambia, Ministry of Transport Works and Infrastructure confirmed there is no 4-tier interchange in that country. Senegal and Nigeria, there are a number of interchanges, especially in Nigeria, but none of them is 4-tier. In Ivory Coast as well, no 4-level interchange, although a number of major highways projects have been initiated with Africa Development Bank funding. In another part of Africa, they found a 4-tier interchange in South Africa. The interchange is the EB Cloete interchange near Durban in KwaZulu-Natal. Based on the current available evidence indicated, they rate the claim that the Pokwasi interchange is the first 4-tier interchange in West Africa as true. So that they gave him a green there. Second claim, the cost of the 4-tier interchange being undertaken by the MPP government nearly equals the cost of the one interchange constructed under NDC. The Vice President, in comparing, said that the cost of the Pokwasi, Tamale, and Obechebi Lamte interchanges is $289 million, while the Kwame Nkrumah interchange was constructed at a cost of $260 million. To verify this claim, we highlight below the cost of various projects in question and their scopes and analyze them subsequently. So they give the background. 2013, Kwame Nkrumah interchange. NDC awarded a contract to Brazilian firm Queiroz Galvão for design and construction of an interchange at Nkrumah Circle in Accra. It was worth 74.8 million euro, which is $100 million. Parliamentary approval granted in 2012. Another project, or the second phase, flyover on the Ring Road, leading to Kwame Nkrumah Circle, same contractor, $170 million. So total projects 270. The Nkrumah interchange scope includes engineering design, construction of interchange, road over rail bridge, improvement of the intersection on the Ring Road at Fio Eyor Road, and improvement of road design works. Then they give the scope. There are about 10 different dimensions of the scope. Then they compare Tamale, April 10, 2019, President cut short for construction of Tamale interchange under the 2 billion Sino-Hydro. Roads and Transport Committee of Parliament, original project cost $35 million, cost including deferred payments $46 million. Scope of works includes bridge and ramps, slip roads, carriageway, width of 7 meters, 2x2 number of lanes. Obechebi Lamte, 2019, grounds was broken. Transport and Road Committee in Parliament, 87 million euro, which is $135 million. 3-tier interchange, east-west flyover. Scope, about 11 different things. Optional study report, preliminary design, all of those, ending with storm drains, landscaping, widening of Ring Road, a lot of things. Then the Pokwasi is also given, Tema interchange. Now, I won't waste too much time. Now, the sum of the projects by the MPP is 321 million, according to documentary evidence we found, contrary to the 280 million claim. We found it to be true that the single Kwame Nkrumah interchange project cost about 2/3 of the sum of the Tamale, Pokwasi, Obechebi Lamte, and Tema interchange. However, drawing a conclusion based on the project cost alone to make claims of no value for money ignores other critical information such as the scope of the project in question. Then they quote a civil engineer, Abdullah Mahama, who says there are many elements that go into the cost of construction projects. Hence, it's unfair to compare similar projects solely based on contract sum. He cites the depth of evacuation, type of soil, built environment, demolition and compensation, and materials used as some critical factors. From the above information, the scope of each project varies and will need to be assessed in detail to be able to make a fair comparison and definite conclusion of claims of no value for money. We therefore rate this claim as misleading. Then the third claim was that no government has achieved in its first term in office what Akufo-Addo had achieved in the area of infrastructure. They basically was saying that it was overgeneralized and non-contextualized. It could not be checked to prove its authenticity. So this is just to tell you that the duty of fact-checking is quite difficult and rigorous. And we thank Jonas and his team for putting this together. Great. Gentlemen, welcome again. I just wanted to clear something quickly. Does this work for both of you? What I've read, are you all in agreement with the conclusions here?
Well, Ben, if someone says there's overgeneralization,
and non-contextual for the third claim.
But such an overarching statement cannot be was very minute in its details. You have to take each sector to tell how do you call it, how far you go with that particular claim. So I'm not surprised that if we say we've done so well in our first term compared to any government, someone says it's overgeneralization.
Let's go into the details. Given that this claim was not made against any benchmarks or any independent index or source, it cannot be verified. It will require more context to verify. That's what they said.
That statement also is not so true, because we mentioned infrastructure that had been done, let's say, in sanitation, wash, water, sanitation and hygiene, infrastructure and education, projects that were completed, what we've embarked on. We went to health, what we inherited, what we've completed, what we have started. So there was a foundation before that statement was made. And interrogating each sector is an exercise that is worth it. But
this one, even the PADCs cannot. It says no government has achieved in its first term in office what the Akufo-Addo government has achieved in the area of infrastructure in its first term. It will take a PhD thesis to prove this.
Yeah, but you finish proving it, even with the thesis.
Okay, well, we'll have more time. Okay. So, yes, so what are your comments on this?
There are two quick issues.
Yes.
I think that we need to commend you for fact-checking the claims Dr. Bawumia made in his presentation. But I think you've been excessively charitable to Dr. Bawumia. First of all, on the issue of the Kwame Nkrumah interchange, the cost of the Kwame Nkrumah interchange. Your conclusion that the claims Dr. Bawumia made about that project are misleading is factual. But to break that, down for the ordinary man to understand, what Dr. Bawumia simply did was mischievous. He told a blatant lie about the fact that the cost, or he told a blatant lie when he said that the cost of the Kwame Nkrumah interchange project is $260 million. And we need to settle that issue once and for all. Because if you check the parliamentary Hansard of 16th August 2012, when the Kwame Nkrumah interchange project was approved, it is very clear that the cost of the Kwame Nkrumah interchange project as approved by Parliament is 74.8 million euros, equivalent to $90 million at the time.
But that's phase one.
No. Kwame Nkrumah interchange had only one phase. There was nothing like phase two. So this is the parliamentary Hansard of 16th August 2012. If I can read the relevant portions for you. The chairman of the Finance Committee, Mr. James K. Aveji, speaking, said, Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that notwithstanding the provisions of Standing Order 81, which require that no motion shall be debated until at least 48 days have elapsed between the date on which notice of the motion is given and the date on which the motion is moved, the motion for the adoption of the report of the Finance Committee on the export credit agreement between the government of the Republic of Ghana, PNB Paribas, Paris, France, as amended, and Quiros Gavo, Construction,
Sam, we don't have time.
and all that.
We don't have time.
It says that for an amount of 74,880,000 euros to finance the engineering, design, and construction of the Kwame Nkrumah interchange and other related ancillary works in Accra.
Aren't we doing semantics here? Let's do substance. Look, the project, there are two projects. One is called the Kwame Nkrumah interchange. The other is the Ring Road flyover. The picture they showed in their book includes both.
No. So you see, we are not talking about pictures here, but Bawumia made a categorical claim. Hold on. If I finish my answer, hold on.
Sammy.
Bawumia made a categorical claim that the cost of the Kwame Nkrumah interchange is $260 million. Hold on.
Sammy.
The two projects you're talking about are separate and distinct. This project was approved by the 5th Parliament on 16th August 2012.
Okay, fine. You know what?
The second project you're talking about, which is the Ring Road flyover, was approved by the 6th Parliament 2 years after the Kwame Nkrumah interchange had been approved and construction had commenced. On 2nd October 2014. It is for an amount of $170 million. The scope of works are different. They are not related in any way. So these are two different, separate, distinct projects.
I get that.
Approved at different areas for different purposes.
I'm saying to you
and therefore the cost of both projects cannot be lumped together as well.
The problem with what you're saying is that last week, sitting in the same chair, Felix Kwachio said nobody in his party had disputed the 260 claim. Do you get my point? In fact,
that was before our press conference. And that was before he appeared on Newsfile. And when he appeared on Newsfile, he rectified that. He rectified. That has been rectified. He has rectified that. On Newsfile, he made a point on Saturday.
We are wasting time. I'm saying to you that your spokesperson, I have the video, I can even play it for you. In fact, when Gideon Boakun was making the point about the cost of the project,
you're talking about what Felix Ozupache said about what the record says.
Let me ask you a question. He denied that your party ever said anything about denying 260.
At the time, yes, the party had not issued any official communication. We held a press conference just this Monday, and we exhibited these two documents and made copies for media men who were present. If you read these two parliamentary Hansas, it is clear
but aren't we splitting hairs here? All of us know that the project has an interchange and a flyover.
No, there is a project called the Ring Road Flyover. It is not the same as the Kwame Nkrumah interchange. And Dr. Bawumia, as an economist and the Vice President of this Republic of Ghana, knows that the two projects have no connection whatsoever. One was approved in 2012.
When you say projects have no connection, they are in the same location. One is
not the same location, they are close.
Yes, and so Sammy, I think so. You can decide what you want to say. I'm just saying to you that we've wasted half of the hour arguing about this, which is not even part of the show.
Not half an hour. No, we need to establish a point, Bernard. Let me ask you a simple question. What is the cost of the Kwame Nkrumah interchange? Why did you come to the conclusion that they claim Dr. Bawumia was misleading?
Do you disagree with our conclusions?
No, I'm saying that.
We've already told you that the claim is misleading. So why are you spending all your time doing
this? If it is misleading, then you don't have to go back and say that, oh, the project is one project.
But we also have to state on record that your spokesperson who was here
that is different.
Exactly a week ago denied that anybody ever said the project was disputed.
But I'm saying that after that, I've listened to him on another program where
so he can say different things at different places.
No, he has shown the difference between the two projects.
Has he admitted he was wrong?
Please. I didn't watch the third interview and I've not spoken to him.
Saying that,
but you see,
let's move on.
But is it about whether a communicator of the NDC was wrong or not? We are here interrogating.
You know why?
No, I think we should.
No, you know why? It's because if Felix could assume that the 260 was correct, then every reasonable person can assume that he was referring to the two together. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So if you come and tell me that because they were signed on different days, it means that they are two separate projects, I'm saying we are splitting hairs. We've said the claim was misleading. Let's move on and make progress. If you want to split us, I'll play for you what Felix did. It doesn't matter. We don't have time.
No,
we waited 30 minutes.
No problem. But let us establish that the cost of the Kwame Nkrumah interchange is 74.8 million euros and not $260 million. That is fact, contained in the parliamentary Hansard, contained in all the project documentations. That is fact. That is a fact. So Dr. Bawumia lied. Number two, the claim that they have performed better relative to infrastructural projects than any other government in the history of Ghana. It's also another barefaced lie. Because we can do that exercise here and now.
Okay.
Take any sector of your choice, whether it is education, health, maritime, aviation, water and sanitation, any sector, and let us look at what they claim to be the achievements in those sectors and compare that to the towering and superior record of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And you see that yes, the mediocre projects they are bragging about will pale into insignificance. For example, in the area of health, what are they bragging about? 4 polyclinics, 4 drones, 243 chip compounds. They cannot boast of 1 district hospital they have built. They have not built 1 regional hospital, not 1 teaching hospital, not 1 institutional hospital.
Okay.
They have 243 chip compounds, we have 1,600. They don't have a district hospital, we have 13. They claim to have done 4 polyclinics which they inherited from us. We have 22. We have the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, 420 bed. We have the 617 University of Ghana Medical Center bed. University of Ghana Medical Center. We have the Maritime Hospital, institutional hospitals like the Bank Hospital.
Don't forget, he was saying in the first term. So are you referring to
the Ridge Hospital? Is a first term project. The Dodowa District Hospital is a first term project. Yeah.
When you talk of a project, I talk about when the project was started or when it was finished.
From start to finish.
So the hospitals you are referring to, all these hospitals were started when Mahama was president.
Ridge Hospital started and completed under President Mahama. The Dodowa District Hospital started and completed under President Mahama. Ofanko started, the polyclinic, 80 bed, started and completed under President Mahama.
Sourcing of
under
funding.
President Mahama, yes, under President Mahama. In the Bono Hafo region alone, we commenced and completed 5 polyclinics at Petri, Boma, Techimentia, and all that. The number of polyclinics we completed in the Bono Hafo region alone exceeds the number of polyclinics they claim to have completed in the whole of Ghana.
So you are saying that on the health sector, you can prove that the claim that no government has achieved more in its first term in infrastructure is false?
They are the only government in the history of this Fourth Republic who cannot boast of 1 district hospital, despite the fact that they promised 1 district, 1 hospital.
Okay, since we are on health,
they don't have 1 regional hospital.
Since we are on health, I think
that's the Deputy Minister for Health. They don't have any institutional hospital.
Fantastic. Mr. Okoe, this is a very serious claim. He's saying that In the BA region alone, they have more health projects than the whole of Ghana health projects.
That's more polyclinics.
Can you, I mean, we have the tracker here, you need to debunk that.
Yeah, all right, thank you very much. I think it's not how loud you go. Dr. Bawumia, and I was quiet because I want to have my space to speak to this. Dr. Bawumia said that the cost of the interchange at Circle, the one they went to commission. Yes, it's absolutely important.
Wow, okay.
The claims he made to say that the vice president, like, it's important to put the thing where it is.
Today you want to do Circle?
No, I'll come to the hospital quickly.
Okay, no problem. If that's where you want to go.
And know what, I spent 30 minutes to make a point. If it was that easy, you would have gone straight to the point. They spent a total of 260 million for that particular project. The first time, and I'm happy he quotes the Hansard for 16th August. The fact that you quote the Hansard for 16th August doesn't mean you don't have other parliamentary hazards which capture the 170 million.
This is what was put on the...
Yes, absolutely.
This was what the...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he says...
This is what's in the Bawumia presentation.
Yes, and it's true. He says the 90 million is a separate project from the 170. When you take Circle out, the 170, where do you go? Is it the one at, how do you call it, the flyover at... how do you call it, Shiashi, or basically they are two separate. I want to know the sites where the first $90 million, the one is that we passed on 16th August, where it went and where the 170 went. You should show me the two different sites in Accra.
His argument is that the names of the project.
But does it make sense to say that because in coming the second time, the name changed? When all go to the same site and the same project, the point I'm making is clear, and Ghanaians should get this straight, that one particular government, one particular tradition was able to spend $260 million within the same project area to do the same project. And we were able to use an amount which was close. I mean, 289 is not that far from 260 million to do 4 different interchanges. And they tell you, well, we have to look at the scope, and it's true. When you have a 4-bedroom house and another 4-bedroom house, the difference can be significant based on the... It is very difficult to justify, and that's why he's trying to run away and tell you that they are actually 2 distinct projects. He could have said it's the same project, but he could have gone into scope. And there's a reason why he went away from scope and said they are 2 distinct, when all land at the same site. By the way, when they commissioned the Dubai, they said now they have a Dubai in Accra. The flyover, the ring road flyover, and the second interchange were at the same site. All were part of the commissioning. Conveniently, he runs away.
So here's a quick question.
Absolutely.
An interesting point. Did you commission the project separately or commission it once?
The projects were commissioned separately. You see, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Dr. Bawumia didn't speak about 2 projects at one location. Dr. Bawumia gave Ghanaians the cost of one project.
You are working on the margins. You are working on the margins.
I will show you. Listen. I will show you that the scope of work, because he came to me.
It's my turn.
What I did was...
No, Bernard, you answer your question. I was quiet when I was talking. So let me...
if you want to talk, allow him to talk.
20 minutes.
No, let him talk.
What I do is that when you are on the floor,
allow him to talk if he wants to talk.
Quick questions to clarify and come back to you. So you are still on the floor. I just wanted to be sure of the point about...
If he wants to know the scope of work on the railroad flyover...
You are saying commission separately.
Commission separately.
Just find me the 2 dates whilst we are at it. Let me finish with him. Yes. Find me the 2 dates of commission.
Ben, so I think it's important also to let viewers understand that a hospital structure doesn't make a hospital, as in having a building and the machines. You need to, of course, design, award, build, man, as in put human resource there, give actually seed capital or operating money. Facilities go through stages before they become operational. When President Mahama commissioned the University of Ghana Medical Center, if you had gone there the next day, there would have been no one there to take care of you. You see, President Mahama commissioned the facility before the election, and the impression was sent that the place was ready for use. Not even one doctor had been employed at University of Ghana Medical Center. They had put an advert. People had applied. And they were now saying that they were going to train them. They took some people to Israel to know about the place. Not even one person had been recruited by the government of Ghana. It is this administration that came, and like I said, it's a process. We came, took all the names that they had, took them through interviews, sourced and worked on their financial clearance before the first patient was seen at University of Ghana Medical Center. The second point I want to make is that I went to University of Ghana Medical Center and asked them, have you operated here before? The answer was no. And you know why? This was somewhere 2018. 2 years after President Obama commissioned the facility. When they open the gases, that goes to all the theaters.
So what's your point on the meds? Are you saying so because you finished it?
No. So the point is that even for University of Ghana Medical Center, which they make a lot of noise about, it became operational with work and procedures executed by this government. If we had left it where President Obama left it, there's no way we could have seen one patient. So the point is that if you build a facility and you have a concrete structure, it doesn't amount to a hospital. There are things you have to go to. One hospital is one facility that they said they had completed. All the people who had to be recruited.
The one regional hospital.
Yes, it's a Eurojet project. It was this government that went for the financial clearance for all the workers, did the recruitment, did the placement, did the training and operationalization. Now, there are facilities here which were started under this government and have been completed. He says not one, and he can go and check. Completed projects which commencing after 2017. And listen, yes, construction of 5 district hospitals in Sola, Tolon, Somanya, Dupe, and Veta.
Started and finished.
Yes, after 2017.
Sorry, can you mention them again?
Yeah.
Sola, Somanya.
Yes.
And where? District hospital.
Yeah, just a second.
Sola. So while you're at it, I wanted to tell viewers that this is the point of view. I actually haven't started what I wanted to do, but I think it's fair. We'll just keep going because somehow the circle thing hasn't fully been settled. I thought we had settled it with our work with Jonas, but apparently we had not. So my guests want to really enter that. We have a 1.5 hour show
Bernard,
for you today.
So these are completed projects which commenced after 2016. You have the construction and completion of 5 polyclinics in the Greater Accra region. 1 at Obojo, Adenta, 1 at Ashaman, Botiano, Oduman and Sige by Vamed. All these projects cost 30.5 million euros. Works completed and commissioned for use.
So hold on.
As of May 2019.
5 polyclinics?
Yes,
Obojo,
5 polyclinics, yes.
Ashaman,
Botiano, Oduman and Sige.
These are polyclinics?
Yes, started after 2016 and completed and commissioned and are in use.
Polyclinics?
Yes.
Obojo, Ashaman,
yes.
Oduman, Sige, and where?
And Botiano. Now,
I see.
It's also important to mention that, like Dr. Bayon said this in address, 16 out of the 30 health projects, facilities that he started, have been completed by this government. 30 out of the 30.
16 out of 30?
Yes. And all that were listed also at the, the lecture that Dr. Baumia gave.
But his argument is that there are more. They say they've done much more.
But Bernard,
much more.
No, I'm coming. You see, it was very good when you asked whether all were done under President Mama. Honestly, most of the projects they mentioned, if you look at the design, the conception stage to finishing, most started under President Mills. In fact, there's a video where President Mama himself considered and told his audience that he thanks President Mills in celebrating his memory for starting work on the University of Ghana Medical Center. He inherited that project. This is a government that has been in power for 3.5 years, that has committed resources to completing projects, and it makes a lot of sense to complete a facility which has been started by the state is a continuum. And it's because of our politics, people go like, tell me one you've done. If you've started 30 and all must be completed, why would I go outside your 30 and go and start another one? So the point I'm making is very clear, that as a government, we have come to continue more than half of the health projects they started. That aside, it's also important to put it in context that most of the facilities, REACH was non-existent when President Oman became president in Ghana. Okay. REACH was already available. What happened at REACH is not the construction of a new facility, it was rehabilitation.
No problem.
Absolutely.
I think the argument is whether the claim by Dr. Baumia that this government's achievement infrastructure in 3.5 years is the best since every government came.
And you know how to get this very simple and easy. It will be good for my brother here to come with the projects they did in their first 3.5 years in government. They were in power for 8 years. Like I said, UGMC.
Okay.
UGMC.
Let me take a quick break and come back and take conclusion.
Tell us what you did in your first
3.5 years. Hold on. I mean, yes. I'm telling you what you are doing. You are not telling what I'm doing. We are doing concluding remarks on circle and health.
The issue.
And move to other things.
Yes.
So that's what we are doing, whether you like it or not. This is the point of view. We'll be right back.
sent you Airtel Tigo money from my new number. We delivered 2 healthy kids last night. Congrats. Have you heard? Kwesi has
2 kids. Have you heard?
My son has 2 kids. Abazi. No. No, your sister almost Sammy. Have you heard the news about the missing chicken? Have you heard? Get free calls and free Airtel Tigo money transfers for 6 months on new Airtel Tigo SIMs. Get a SIM today.
Election 2020, Ghana makes a choice. Tracking and bringing reports of the presidential and parliamentary campaigns across the length and breadth of this nation.
Analyzing campaign activities and election data with our panelists on the Voters' Diary.
The Voters' Diary is the most factual, instructive, and balanced election 2020 analysis program on television.
The Voters' Diary every weekday on City TV from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Stay informed on all the relevant issues on election 2020. Tune into the Voters' Diary. It's Ghana's choice.
Welcome back to the point of view. My guests are Sammy, Gyamfi, and Bernard Boye. I just wanted to read a quick story for you, and then we'll move on. Mahama opens Kwame Nkrumah Interchange Project, November 14, 2016, cityfmonline.com. It's a 3-minute read. And the story says, President John Amani Mahama on Monday evening cut the tape for the usage of the entire Kwame Nkrumah Interchange project. The facility, which has 3 flyovers, also has a recreational facility, a library, a bus terminal, restaurant, fire, police, and ambulance stations. The project, funded with a loan from the Brazilian government, has been touted as one of the major infrastructural achievements of the NDC. The project cost 74 million euros. Then they go on
the project cost what?
74 million euros.
Okay.
The ceremony was attended
$60 million.
Was attended by hundreds of people around the busy Circle, Convention Center of Circle, as well as members of the incumbent NDC. Speaking at the inauguration of the project, President Mahama explained that the project will ease traffic congestion on the stretch of road. It goes on. Experts estimate that the congestion that used to be created here as a result of the heavy traffic and lack of traffic flow resulted in an estimated loss of about $100 million per annum to our national economy. He added, more pictures follow, and then there are links to the story.
Okay, so
I think we can move on.
So the Kwame Nkrumah Circle interchange issue has been settled. If our brothers in the MPP have respect for the people of this country, what they need to do is to retract and apologize for that lie. You just read a report filed by City Newsroom.
Yes.
The cost of the project is 74 million euros. We don't need to belabor the points.
Good.
The parliamentary answers are clear. The second project they are talking about is different in scope, commissioned differently. The salt for that project was cut differently 2 years after the Kwame Nkrumah interchange project had commenced. And so they should stop lying to the people of this country. Number 2, when we were comparing records in the area of health, the claim I made is that this government has not constructed a single district hospital. That is what I thought the Deputy Minister of Health was going to dispute. What were the examples of projects in the health sector he gave? Polyclinics. So far, he has not been able to cite one district hospital, because the fact is that they have just cut the sword for the first district hospital they are trying to build, Ashama, a 100-bed district hospital at a cost of $39 million. The project has not even commenced. They don't have a single district hospital. They don't have a single regional hospital. They don't have a single teaching hospital or institutional hospital or, any hospital of that nature. Now, let us even scrutinize or interrogate the claim he made about the 5 polyclinics in Greater Accra, Obojo, Sige, and the rest. Please.
Simon Oduman.
Is it please, Okoe, you have built some integrity for the projects you mentioned. Did they commence under this administration? All those projects, the 5 projects he mentioned, were projects that VAMED secured funding for under the Mahama administration, and Parliament approved in 2016. The approval for the 5 VAMED polyclinics was in 2016 under the Mahama administration. And so if you look at the document you are referring to, if you like, share the document with Bernard. It is indicated on the face of that Ministry of Health document that funding was secured by the Mahama government, and you are just continuing the project, even in that Ministry of Health document, because I have that document. Then you talk about the 5 district hospitals, Sola, Wita, Bupi, Tolon. Those projects were approved. They are also VAMED, projects approved by the Parliament of Ghana in September 2016. That you are continuing. And in fact, the official document from the Ministry of Health, where you are coming from, captures it, that indeed the project commenced under the Mahama administration.
So those are not the funding or the construction itself? Just
the funding. And the parliamentary approvals, everything was, one was August 2016, the other was September 2016.
So we work with the principle that he who secures the funding takes the credit.
Exactly.
Not he who commences the building.
And that is why we give credit for the N1 highway to President Kufuor.
Okay. So we should work with that principle. Do you agree with that principle?
So number one.
No, just a quick side question. Do you agree with the principle?
If I can make my point, I said a lot of things. So number one, let us put on record that this government has not built one district hospital. They have not built a regional hospital or a teaching hospital. And the polyclinics he just cited are Mahama projects. Funding for same were secured under the Mahama administration. He cannot dispute that. The polyclinics I spoke of in the Bunahafo region, the 5, Atechimentia, Boma, Kwatiri, and the rest, were all, funding for all those projects were secured under the Mahama administration, constructed and completed under the Mahama administration. All the 5. Started and completed. Apart from that, we started.
What about UGMC?
UGMC, the processes started under the Mills administration, but the funding process, the funding was secured under the Mahama administration.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the funding was secured under the Mahama administration. The project commenced under the Mahama administration.
So he who secures the funding
and it was completed under the Mahama administration.
Okay.
The Ridge Hospital he's talking about is not a rehabilitated project. Yes, there was what was called the Greater Accra Regional Hospital.
Yeah.
The 420-bed facility we built is just, adjacent what used to be the Greater Accra Regional Hospital. So it was not that old dilapidated building which we rehabilitated into a new one. We built a new ultra-modern health facility, 420 beds from scratch.
Break down part of the old structure?
Yes, but it was built, adjacent to the old structure. So it is a new project.
Does the old hospital still exist?
It doesn't exist now, it is new. It has been subsumed. But some of the old structures are there. You go there today, you see the old structures. The old structures are there. And he cannot deny that. And so, if you were a government that has had an unprecedented resource envelope of 370 billion Ghana cedis in just 3.5 years, and you cannot talk of one district hospital you built or a regional hospital, and you are here sitting down here as a deputy minister of health, and you think that that record is the best in Ghana's history, then something definitely is wrong.
Fantastic.
Look at the education, Bernard. What are they boasting of? 1,095 classroom blocks at all levels of our educational system. Okay, we at all levels, kindergarten we have 1,347 classroom blocks. GHS and primary we have 1,129 classroom blocks. At the SHS level, we have 1,097 classroom blocks. So at all levels, we have close to 4,000 classroom blocks. Apart from that, we have 46 secondary schools. They are the only government in the Fourth Republic who have not built one secondary school.
So
we have a university.
All of this
they don't have that.
All of this.
So I'm trying to tell you that it is not true.
All of this done within the Mahama period.
Yes, the University of Environment and Sustainable Development. It was under President Mahama.
The schools you mentioned.
The 46, the E-blocks, all under President Mahama.
Funding everything.
Everything, the E-blocks were all under President Mahama, commenced and completed by him. He should tell me one secondary school they have built. No, he makes a very funny argument that, you build hospitals but you have not employed doctors. And so we employ doctors. Dr. Koboy, is this supposed to be an infrastructure debate or a debate over who employed more doctors? If you build a hospital for me, what does it take to employ health professionals to work in the hospital? So as for you, what you are experts, in doing is the employment of health professionals and not the building of infrastructure. This is supposed to be an infrastructure debate and not, it should not be reduced to who employs.
So we are still on the
doctors and all that
claim that we said we could not verify, that you are saying
I'm saying sector by sector. Look, for example,
that
aviation.
Is completely false.
Look at aviation. Check Baumia's speech, a copy of which I have here. What have they done in the aviation sector? He claims that they are doing Tamale Phase 2, Tamale Airport Phase 2, Kumasi Airport Phase 2 and 3, Okay? That is all they claim, and they are rehabilitating the Sunyani airport. They have not built one airport. Yet President Mahama has a brand new airport at home. President Mahama can boast of the modernization of the Wa airstrip. President Mahama can boast of the ultra-modern Terminal 2 arrival hall, international standard. He can boast of the Terminal 3 facility, which is the best in West Africa and one of the best in Africa, in the area of aviation alone. So you understand?
So you've done education.
In maritime, what can they talk of?
Let's move on.
Sector by sector. Education. But let us go to the reason why we are here, because I think that Felix Ofosu-Kwakye dealt with this issue conclusively, and I need not belabor the point.
I think you are taking liberties. Let me decide what we do. Just keep quiet.
Sure.
Now, you go to your final.
But bear in mind that he started this conversation.
Ben, so
that's a fact. He started.
Let me re-emphasize the point that both the Ring Road flyover and the second interchange, the two facilities, the 90 million and the how do you call it, the 90 million and the 170.
We are back there.
No.
You have been exposed by cities.
Please. But what is this?
We don't do that.
Yes.
We don't do that here.
Yes.
Let's go. When I will interject myself.
Both facilities went into the same site, the same project. He is taking refuge in the fact that the name was not second interchange, but Ring Road flyover. But a Ring Road flyover is not at Ashaman. It's the same project. So you have a government that puts $260 million into one project. They take refuge in the names. They run away from the amount. In fact, one says that nobody's running away, which is Felix Ofosu-Kwakye. And now his boss comes to tell us that discard that and that go with my press conference. So Ghanaians can tell, the viewer can tell who has credibility, whether it's my brother here or Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Again, he said, first of all, he said we've not built even one district hospital. Now I state 5 hospitals, polyclinics that have been built under this regime. He tells me the funding was secured in that time. Bernard, if you go to Ministry of Finance, they can let you appreciate the fact that you can secure funding for a project. If you don't meet certain requirements, and you don't show certain commitments, and you don't do certain engagements and approvals, the project would never come to pass, although funding was secured. So the point I am making is that it takes a lot of commitment and effort to start a project and complete it, even when funding arrangements are made. And by the way, this free education, when we say a polyclinic, it's just the name. When we say a hospital, a health facility is a district hospital, it's also the name. The most important thing is that a district hospital must be able to provide certain basic facilities that a health center usually will not. And I'll give one key example. Every district hospital should be able to do basic obstetric and gynae procedures, like cesarean section. A polyclinic does almost everything that a district hospital does. And in fact, in some cases, a polyclinic might do more than a district hospital. So the name district tells about the level. It's not about the content. And so when you hear me say we've built 5 polyclinics, indeed, it is either equivalent to a district hospital or in some cases even more than a district hospital. This is free education. Polyclinic is named, but the facilities captured in every polyclinic fits a district criteria or even more than a district hospital criteria. We don't need to say 5 district hospitals before you realize that.
Question for you. Is there how many polyclinics are in Ashaiman? Is it 1 or 2? Because some people are claiming that the Ashaiman hospital or polyclinic has been in existence for a long time. So was it was it started from scratch?
No,
or it was.
They've had. It's also it's a facility which complements what is there.
So it's like Reach?
Absolutely. But it's not the same beds. It was started in this project. And when you go there, it's a new facility. I think those in Ashaiman can show you pictures.
So Ashaiman had an old polyclinic which you renovated?
Yes, most of the time, when you are taking such a project in this age, in 2012, when he said, 2016, when he said they were working on the, the financing, it's not the case that they didn't have any facility in Ashaiman. Most of these are ultramodern facilities that would come with all the basic things that were lacking in the previous structure. So that is the point.
It's similar to the Reach.
No, but the point is that, just as he told you, you see, when he started talking, he created the impression that there was no hospital at Reach and they came to build one. So I reminded him that what they brought was just an add-on to make it modern in terms of service delivery. The same thing has happened at Ashaiman. And so, Bernard, if Sammy says that not even 1 district hospital has been built under this administration, I've just educated that we've built 5. And that polyclinics, in some cases, even have higher level in terms of delivery of service than a district hospital.
Fair enough.
Now, no, and let me conclude on this. You see, there's this point made over and over that Bawumia told a lie, Bawumia told a lie. And increasingly, the claims they made about infrastructure that was non-existent, increasingly, there's been evidence to show that either they were hasty in their conclusions or they didn't bother to check for, how do you call it, the claims they made. And a typical one has to do with the estates at Sekendi, which they claim were non-existent. State Housing Corporation has come out with the pictures of the project. Not only the pictures, they've even showed the plots that have occupied very, very detailed information on where these projects are.
Let me just be sure on the same page.
And yes.
So if you go to page 40 and 41, I think I listened to the press conference.
Absolutely.
Page 40 of Dr. Bawumia's presentation.
Yeah.
You're talking about Western Region.
Yes.
Construction of 13 housing units under construction in Sekendi. Yes. Gyamfi hasn't said that here, but in the press conference, he made reference to that.
That they are non-existent. And look, Bernard, look, you have Pratt Street, plot number 12. The dates for which the handover was done. You have Kwame Naful. You have Nana Kweku. And I think the pictures are very... It will
be useful for you to forward this to us so we can show this, if it is indeed the case.
Yeah.
Okay, since you've gone there, can I do something? Yeah. Since you've gone there, let me let the man make the case before you respond, because you've picked one of the things he said.
Okay.
In the press conference, he mentioned a number of projects, Mr. Gyamfi. So I want you to go there.
Yes.
So forget about
so quickly, just in 15 seconds, let me just make the point that the logic and the suggestion by Dr. Okoe that the fact that two different projects are located within the same catchment area
no catchment, same
that the projects, the cost of the two projects can be lumped together as one.
It's not catchment area.
It's pedestrian to say the least.
Catchment, Sammy. The same place.
I think that Bernard has laid the ground rules. No,
I think we should
let's respect it. I think
catchment area.
Number two, it is misleading for a deputy minister of health to create the impression that there is no difference between a district hospital and a polyclinic. The two are not the same. They are not the one. So please, you don't have any district hospital. The polyclinics you are talking about are projects which were awarded and approved by Parliament in 2016. Now, if I can move on, Bernard, I think that you restrain me when I
think you should just allow him to make his point.
So allow me to make my point.
But your viewers, what about your viewers?
I'll interrogate him.
And then they claim that they have completed all the projects they inherited under the Mahama administration. Dr. Bawumia made that point. It's a fallacy. The Fomena, Kumawu, Konongo hospitals have all been abandoned. Now I'm moving on to the presentation. Because it created an impression that we've completed projects and all that.
16 out of 30.
No, but to be fair, he said 16.
Bernard, so let me come to my substantive submission.
I'm misquoting your man.
Okoe said
16.
Dr. Bawumia said they finished 16 out of 30.
No. Dr. Bawumia made an emphatic claim in this 64-page speech that they claim that they have abandoned projects they inherited from the Mahama administration is not true.
But it's
and actually listed some projects that they have completed. And we have established that the projects he listed are just a handful of projects they have completed. I'm not talking about the 16 out of 30. He made a general statement.
And then he made reference to health.
And I'm saying that there are thousands of projects in the education sector, health sector, which they have abandoned. They've left to rot. And I can give you numerous examples. But let me come to the substantive point. You see, every government has a responsibility to account for their mandate to the electorate. And so we don't have any problem with the resource fair town hall meeting government organized in Accra to showcase the achievements. But you see, when governments are accounting to the people for what they have achieved for their benefit, they have a duty to be truthful, candid, and factual about what they have done. And that is why we have taken issues with Bawumia's presentation, because the whole presentation he fed the nation with was a cocktail of blatant lies, ghost projects. What I mean by ghost projects are projects which don't exist at all, stolen Mahama and private-owned projects, and a handful of mediocre accomplishments which should not even pass as achievements of a rural assemblyman. And I'm going to explain that to you. First of all, with ghost projects, the issue of ghost projects. On page 41 of his speech, he made a categorical statement that this government is constructing 500 housing units as a Hyoso, which is 20% complete. Page 41, Bernard, you can check.
I'm going there, yes.
We have sent people to the site. At our Monday press briefing, we showed videos of the site where the project is supposed to be ongoing. And I can tell you that nothing is happening on the ground. In fact, the land is bushy. Yes, Western North.
500 housing units.
Also, nothing is there.
Yeah, 20%. You said 20%.
Yes, absolutely nothing is on that site. Okay. Again, at page 40, he makes the point that they are constructing 120 housing units.
Yes.
In the Talensi district.
Palugu.
Okay, Palugu area.
Yeah.
In fact, the name of the community where the project is said to be ongoing is Pusinamo.
Okay.
There again, in fact, today Joy News TV went there to fact check that claim, and he found that the place is a bushy area, nothing is happening there. Okay. So the vice president lied. That is a ghost project, it doesn't exist anywhere. Now let me talk about, since I'm under housing, let me talk about the Ituma Estate project in 2nd D, which he referred to. Page 41.
Okay.
Now check the claim Dr. Bawumia made, and ask Dr. Okoe to show you the pictures he was referring to. Dr. Bawumia said that they are constructing 13 housing units. 13 housing units at Ituma Estate, which is 75% complete.
2nd D.
Is that not what is there?
Yes, that's it.
Now, they have gone to take pictures of 2. Let Dr. Okoe show you the pictures. 2 housing projects.
Okay, he's WhatsApp them to me.
2 housing projects, which have not even been roofed. They are at the lintel level.
Okay, guys, put the Ituma thing I said.
Yes. Put it on the screen.
Ituma Estate houses to owners 2017 to 2019.
Yes.
It's on my phone.
So put the pictures there. You will see 2 housing projects, which are at the lintel level. They have not even been roofed. They are not even 50% complete. And they claim that those are the projects Dr. Bawumia was talking about. Please,
okay,
Dr. Okoe,
the sheet he gave me, let me just go to the sheet he gave me. They are, the number of houses are 10.
No, those are not even the pictures, because you see, Ituma Estate is a community. There are houses at Ituma Estate. Those houses, some of them are 20 years old, 30 years old, and all that. The projects they are talking about are not completed projects, so you cannot be counting the completed projects which have been painted and roofed. You understand?
I wanted to show
people are living in those projects.
I wanted to just show what he sent so that we are on the same page.
Because I have the pictures here.
You keep talking.
Gordon Asare Bediako have posted the pictures on his wall on Facebook.
Okay, so
the uncompleted ones which are ongoing, which they are referring to, not the completed ones that people are living in, are 2. They have not been roofed. They are the lintel stages. Okay. I am saying that cannot be the 13 housing units Dr. Bawumia spoke of. Because he spoke of 13 housing units, which are supposed to be at a 75 completion stage. You understand? Now, come to the Blue East region, where they claim...
What page?
This one on their delivery tracker. They claim to have done the Dromanchester town rules in Nkwanza South constituency. Dromanchester town rules. We have gone there to check. We fact-check this claim. Bernard, not a millimeter of road.
What district?
In Nkwanza South.
Okay.
Not a millimeter of road. A millimeter of road has been tarred in Dromanchester. And in fact, that lie is an insult to the chiefs and people of Dromanchester, who are enduring untold hardship as a result of the deplorable state of their roads. You understand? Now, you go to, and I sent you the pictures and the videos of all these things before I came here today.
So I mean,
because we showed it at
in Nkwanza South, on the tracker road infrastructure, Bono is there are 3 projects. Ongoing rehabilitation, renovation, maintenance of 1 kilometer, Nkwanza New Market Road. Ongoing upgrading of 6.5 kilometer road, Esiaso Dema, and then ongoing upgrading of 6.5 kilometer.
Check Nkwanza North. I have the screenshot here. Nkwanza North.
Okay.
3.95 kilometers. Ongoing upgrade of...
Yeah, so there's one project there, ongoing upgrade of 3.95 kilometer, Dromanchester town roads.
That is what is here.
Okay.
Now, you go to Sefiyoso municipality. They claim to have rehabilitated the Anyinabrim primary school. We have shown videos of that school as at this week, Monday. And Bernard, if you see how dilapidated that building is, the windows are broken, the school has not been painted in so many years, no rehabilitation works.
What's the name of project again?
Anyinabrim.
Is it a road project?
No, school, primary school.
So education.
Sefiyoso municipality.
Keep going.
Yes. Then you go to Accra here, Adenta constituency.
Sorry, I'm there. Sefiyoso municipal Western region.
Yes.
6 unit classroom block. in Abrim Primary School.
Yes.
In Abrim.
I have the video here. I sent the video to you.
Completed.
Check your WhatsApp.
Yes.
Nothing is there. You see the school for yourself.
Okay.
So that you can come to know this government for who they
Let's
really
do it
are.
this way.
Now,
hold on. You've done page 40 and 41.
Let me add the AstroTurf at Adenta.
Let me
add one capital city
I wanted
project.
to do the book and then we'll come to the.
Let me just add the capital
tracker.
city project. Adenta, the one the Minister of Information has admitted to.
Yeah.
They claim to have constructed an AstroTurf at Adenta. Go to Adenta today. There is no AstroTurf there.
Okay.
We have counted at least 150 as of today ghost projects.
Okay, yes.
150 ghost projects.
All right.
That is Adenta AstroTurf Dr. Bawumia claims to have constructed. Is this an AstroTurf?
No.
That is how dishonest this government is.
I wanted to do it this way. Let's go to the page 40 and 41 issues for Okoe to deal with.
The housing projects.
Yes.
Yeah, there are 3 projects.
When we are done, we'll deal with
that is Talensi.
Yeah. But I need to tell viewers this is still the point of view. And so let me bring this up, Okoe.
Yeah.
So Bawumia page 41 and 40.
Yeah.
First one was the
Sefioso.
Yes, Sefioso thing.
Yeah. 500 housing units.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where is the project?
And then,
Yeah, Bernard. So let me make it clear. My brother has not been able to give one difference between a district hospital and a polyclinic.
Bernard, did you ask me that question?
I was quiet when you were talking.
You were not quiet. You were making noise, shouting on top of your voice. You weren't quiet.
It's okay. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
So I just want viewers to know that we ought to be humble in our discussions and not to be hasty in our conclusions. I've just made him aware. He was not able to produce one difference.
A polyclinic is different from a district hospital. Why are you throwing that into the eyes of our viewers?
Please.
If the host had asked me that question, I would have provided an answer. You don't ask the questions on this platform.
You are not being
so
fair
don't
to me.
lie.
When he interrupted you, I stopped him.
No, but he's creating an impression that I have not been able to provide a certain information. When you have never asked me any such question, have you asked me to provide the difference between the district hospital and the polyclinic?
Just let him go.
So why is he lying?
No, you are taking
that is below the belt.
You are not being fair to the show.
Yes,
Let's abide to the rules.
Yes. So free education, when we say a district hospital, it's only a level in terms of the health facility structure. From health center, you go to district hospital. There are things you should be able to do there. Surgeries and all that. A polyclinic does that, and sometimes even more. So when someone says that, I've not seen a district hospital around, please, for education, for the purpose of education, when you see a polyclinic, it serves as a district facility in terms of its level. Now, let me come to this. You use this phrase or expression that the Vice President told a cocktail of blatant lies. And then the State Housing come to tell you that the Ituma that you referred to, they mentioned the plots, the people who have gone in there. Here you are. You went first to try to deceive the public that the project is non-existent. Ghost means that it's not even in this world.
Yes.
Only for the pictures to show, like you're seeing. This all from State Housing, SHC. Only for the pictures to show that there is a community like
this
that.
This is the. No, go back to that picture.
Please.
That is the ongoing picture. There are two pictures. The completed buildings you are showing. Is it Bernard? You say you are showing the pictures because I also sent pictures and videos which have not been shown. The completed, those are completed houses with tenants in there. They have been living there for years.
Discipline.
I'm saying that you
self-discipline.
What are you talking about?
Self-discipline.
Just go on.
Just write one. See, if it's right, I write when you're talking.
Please stop playing those tricks, Okoe boy. Stop playing those tricks.
No, to be fair, you sent me the screenshots of the names of the projects, and then you sent me the video of the speaker on the. I think it was the water project.
Okay.
Those are the two things you sent.
Okay, then let me forward.
You didn't send me the CPU also, so that it doesn't look like.
It's good.
So the things you sent me, I have them here.
It's good. Now we are seeing the one who tells on truth and truth. Bernard, when someone tells you a project is ghost, non-existent, and now comes to tell you it's not even at lentil level, that is double tongue. If the thing is not at lentil level, why don't you tell the public that Dr. Bawumia said this project exists, but it is not at lentil level? But you use the term non-existent, ghost, only to sit here on this program and tell us that it's only two of them. They are not even reached lentil level yet. So when you set out in the first instance, was it deception? Was it hastiness? Was it rather, you said he stole a cocktail of, were yours prejudiced, pre-packed bunch of lies or mistruth? So the point is clear that you are a body that is hasty to try and find faults with over 18,000 projects. And every now and then, the evidence that comes out comes to show that when you say something is ghost, more often than not, it is more than alive. And that is a very, very important thing. Now, to bring the thing in context, there is also Dema Aswansu Road construction, which Sammy's president said was a ghost.
Yes, this is the Dema. Yes, and hold on. Production, I've sent you what Sammy Gyamfi has sent me now.
Yeah.
He sent me a screenshot of the claims
and I'll send the videos to you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Now, so this Dema Aswansu Road, this featured in Sammy Gyamfi's press conference as a project that is dead, non-existent, and actually ghost. Only for us to have images of work that was ongoing, as you can see on the screen. So if you have a wing of a political party that comes to tell citizens that these are ghost projects, only for the projects to show to be very real, it tells a lot whether they tell a cocktail of blatant lies or is the vice president.
Let me know what you are showing me. What are you showing me now?
This is the Dema Aswansu Road, which they said was non-existent. And I have other.
This is Bono East.
Absolutely.
Bono
and you know, increasingly, everywhere they said, everywhere they tell us projects don't exist, people from those areas start showing pictures to show that, look, these guys are not telling the truth. By the way, let's come to Lejekuku. If you say the vice president came to tell a cocktail of blatant lies, it's important to localize in my setting to see how do you call it, how deceptive the claims in Lejekuku were. They mentioned the 7.5 kilometer Lekma road. All those who pass through that, use that road from Sakumono, Tema, Teshila, will tell you that it cannot be a cocktail of lies when it comes to Lejekuku. The landing
I'm
beach,
actually going there on the thing whilst we are talking.
Absolutely, you can check Lejekuku. Then the Aloe Malik Road. These are places, in fact, when you take the Aloe Malik, these are places that have not seen even drains for the past 60-something years since Ghana became independent. Not even huge drains. These are untouched bare surfaces in the community. Just within the 3.5 years, all these areas are seeing roads. Then you also see the Sea Lady Road. These are places that have not seen road network in their lifetime. This is the first time.
There are 20 road projects listed here.
Absolutely.
5 finished, 15 unfinished.
Yes. So the point I'm making is that it only takes a prejudiced mind, you understand, and a very hasty mind as well, to conclude and tell you that you have a cocktail of blatant lies. And by the way, I have taken time to count the projects that they said were ghosts. Let's even give grant all to them. It means that by their own conclusion or by their own estimation, 99% or 99.8% or so of the projects are actually existent or claims
How
are
did
real.
you arrive at that?
Oh, but if we've mentioned over 18,000 projects and you give a press conference and tell us 26, which you have problems with, what does it tell about the others?
But to be fair, at the time it was 17,000, and then he's also said it's updated. I'm just trying to clarify.
Okay.
So he said initially it was 25, but now he's saying that there are more than 25.
Okay, good. So as we wait for them, first it was 25.
Because you also have 17,000. And you are saying you have 18,000.
So let's stick with the 70,000. 70,000 projects. After spending, they didn't sleep after the delivery of the election.
That's not my business.
Okay, all right. After spending hours on end, they were able to come out of 70,000 projects, 25 projects which they had issues with. Yes. And even later evidence has shown that some of the claims they make on 25 projects are absolutely.
So you are saying that means what?
But if you have 70,000 projects and you come and tell me there are problems with 25, what does he talk about the 16,000 and something?
Okay, good. So let me take a short break. When I come back, Mr. Gyamfi sent me some videos while we're here. I'll try and show them, and also his document, so we know where we are. This is still the point of view. We've seen a lot of comments. Thank you for staying with us. We'll be right back.
The Samsung Blue Tax Sale, biggest sale of the year. Get unbeatable deal on selected products. Buy the Galaxy S20 Plus or Ultra and get discount voucher. Buy the Galaxy Z Flip and get free Galaxy Buds. Plus, and buy selected Galaxy A Series device and get free gift bags. Buy 8K QLED and get up to 25% discount. Buy refrigerators or air conditioners. Buy washing machine and get free detergent. The Samsung Blue Tax Sale, the biggest sale of the year.
City TV is live On DSTV, go to channel 363. On GoTV, access City TV on channel 182. On a digital TV, please press the menu button on the remote control and run a new search on your TV. Take note that without an antenna, you cannot access City TV on your television. City TV can be accessed on a free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and StarTimes box. City TV, it's your world.
Welcome back. So let me show, whilst he's talking, the images he sent me. Of the claim.
You show me for a while before you show the images. It's important.
Okay, so you want to talk first?
Yes.
Okay.
Bernard, you see, our brothers in the MPP don't read. Check our press statement, point 8. I'm referring to the road he was talking about. He claims we lied.
Dema.
Yes. So this is what we said. They claim on government's delivery tracker of having constructed the Asuoso Dema Techimentia Road.
Wow, see.
In the Bono East region, as captured by government's delivery tracker, is yet another palpable force.
Can you imagine?
Now, you see, I have screenshotted it. The Nkranza North project, that road project, and how it was captured on the tracker for you, Bernard.
Okay, yes. So
now,
ongoing,
yes. The last one. So look at the way the project's ongoing upgrading of 6.5 kilometers of road. Asuoso Dema Techimentia.
Yes.
Phase 1.
Okay.
Now listen to me carefully. Yeah. There is no road in Ghana called Asuoso Dema Techimentia.
But there's a road called Asuoso Dema.
Please, let me make my point. There is no road like that. But stop lying. You don't know anywhere. When you were speaking, I was quiet.
Sammy, let me get you word.
Let me explain that to you. Have you been to the Blue East region before? You don't even know what you're talking about.
Come to me.
Bernard, listen to me. You are here telling blatant lies. Keep quiet and be exposed.
Come to me.
There is a village in the Blue East.
Sammy, you have to choose.
There is a village. There is a village in Nkranza North.
Yeah.
No, in the Blue East region called Asuoso.
Okay.
When you get to Asuoso, you hit a dead end. Asuoso is in Blue East. Dema and Techimentia are in the Ahafo region. There is no road that leads from Asuoso in Blue East to Dema and Techimentia in Ahafo. Okay. There is no road. For you to say that you have done 6.5 kilometers from Asuoso to Dema to Techimentia, how can you do 6.5 kilometers? There are two Asuosos
so
in Ghana.
Ask for Asuoso, and then you get it.
In Offenso North in the Ashanti region, and Asuoso, a small village in the Blue East region. There is no road that leads from that village called Asuoso in Blue East.
Sammy, let me show you. I'm coming. Oh gosh, we have 10 minutes. So let me just declare. Your argument is that that road
is listed at the Nkranza South Municipal. Is that not what it is?
Okay, two things. Hold on. Show me the screenshot Mr. Gyamfi sent.
The last one.
And then show me the picture Okoe Boye has also sent. Because he's also sent a photo of that thing they do when they are constructing a road.
Yes. Hold on.
Okay, so this is not this one. Dema, no, Bono East, not this one, please.
If I can flow, because this distorts my flow. So what I'm making is that the point I'm making is that they claim on their delivery tracker that in Nkranza South Municipal, in the Bono East region, they are doing this road called Asuoso Dema Techimentia 6.5.
Yes,
I am saying that Dema and Techimentia are towns in Ahafo.
Wow, okay.
Not in Nkranza South in the Bono region. And Asuoso is a town in Bono East. There is no road from Asuoso to Dema to Techimentia.
So what is this poster?
So you are lying.
This one.
Where's the poster? Bring the poster.
I've sent it to you.
No, bring the poster. Let me see the poster.
Read.
Bring the poster.
No, don't tell me.
Give it to me.
Give it to read.
Okay. There is no you see, this. Yeah. I can't see. There's something on your screen.
Oh, senior.
There is no such road.
He sent it to me, so you put it on the screen.
So you put it on the screen. Because if you have any signboard like that, then it is fake. If you have any signboard like that, then it is fake. Hold on.
How can the board be fake?
Please. Let me make my point.
This is on-site.
To be fair, the written on the government of Republic of Ghana, upgrading of Asuoso Dema Techimentia Feeder Road 6.5, Client Ministry of Roads and Highways, contractor, Boye Company Limited.
Yes.
Execution agency,
that is a
of feeder
signboard.
roads. I'm coming.
Okay.
Funding agency, Ghana Cocoa Board.
Yeah.
Consultant, brands of feeder roads. So we can't maintain
Hold on.
roads.
The screenshot I sent you.
Yes.
Has Nkranza South Municipal. Is that
No,
one?
they didn't write the municipal on it.
And I'm telling you, those watching us can send you messages.
Okay.
That Dema and Techimentia are in the Afro region. Nkranza South is in the Bono region.
So there cannot be a feeder road.
It's not true.
How is that?
So what are you talking about?
6.5 kilometers from.
It's too short.
From where? Bunu East to.
But at least there's a 6.5
Can I finish the point I am making here?
On that particular
then
stretch.
the Intuma Estate project he's talking about.
Yeah.
Are you listening to me?
Yes.
Look, what was the claim? Check page
You said
41 again.
You said it was
yes.
ghost. Non-existent.
Oh, please check. What is the project that Umia spoke of? 13 housing units.
Yes. But how many are in the picture? How many are in the picture?
My brother, you see, I don't want to use certain words, but you see, you are peddling blatant falsehood.
But you are
because the buildings in the pictures, one belongs to our former DCE of the area.
Not all.
One.
Not all.
Those are completed buildings.
What are we talking about now?
We are talking about Intuma Estate. Intuma Estate is an estate with completed buildings where people live. People have lived there for years.
We've gone back to second.
You understand? Currently, the pictures you have shown has just 2 projects which are ongoing, which are lengthy.
And the others which are completed.
There are no 13 housing units at 75% complete. No, 13 housing units. That's the point I'm making here.
His argument was that you said the project didn't exist.
Non-existent.
Yes. But now you've changed your argument to say
I have not changed. The 13 housing project doesn't exist. But to disprove that claim, you need to show me a picture of 13 housing units at 75% completion stage.
You said non-existent.
2 projects.
So if a project is not at Lenton level, it's non-existent.
You spoke of 13 housing units.
Yes.
Where are the 13 housing units?
So your statement is not true in its entirety.
The statement
you
are saying that false. Hold on.
You said it's false.
Dr. Bawumia described the project. 13 units housing project.
And how did you describe it?
Are you getting me?
You
13 units.
Good, no problem.
The project they have shown are not 13 unit housing projects.
But you say it's ghost. How come now they've been able to show it?
So it means that if you go to an estate and you see any project there, it means that refers to what Bawumia was talking about.
Take him the 2 you're
what we are interrogating, please. You see, when he's speaking, Bernard, he doesn't allow me to heckle him.
Just trying to do
but when it gets to my turn, you allow him to heckle me, and that is not fair. You understand? What I am saying is that check page 41. What is there is 13 unit housing projects.
I'm still there, yes.
The pictures they have shown you, where is the 13 unit housing projects?
But I'm just coming. He didn't say they had finished. He said it was
75%. I'm saying, so show me an uncompleted 13 unit housing project.
But you just
and I call me a liar.
You just said
but apart from that, we have listed 26 in our press conference, ghost projects, and not just that. As I sit here, I can give you dozens of projects we didn't capture as part of the 26, which are all ghost projects.
Good.
For example, let me just give you a few. Just please, you're being too disruptive.
Just go on.
You're being too disruptive. In the Boye district, this is not part of the 26. They claim to have built a groundnut oil and animal feed processing factory. It is a goods project. It is not there. In Boye district,
you're on the tracker.
Yes, they claim to have done the Chiboya electrification project. I sent you the video of the Speaker of Parliament when the Minister of Energy went there just 12 days ago and made a point that they are not doing any electrification works in that community. That is not there. Now you go to you go to Greater Accra, Tema. They claim to have built a district police station at Tema New Town. Ghost project. You understand?
So how many do you have to add to the 25, just to be clear?
I have more than 100. So there are hundreds of those projects.
You should bring a list.
Okay, Boye, where is the secretary of 500 housing units?
No, you finish. I'm waiting for my time.
I will not finish. I'm giving you my time.
Okay, thank you.
Where is the secretary of 500 units? Where is the currency 120 units? Where? The Domarkese town rules, where are they? You are saying that it is okay for the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana to tell 26 lies. And you have the effrontery and the temerity to sit on television and say that, oh, he just told 26 lies. And so that is insignificant. 26 lies. In other advanced democracies, there would have been a groundswell of pressure for his resignation by now. If you people have conscience, you will be retracting and apologizing for these lies.
The point he makes is that if you have 25 5 projects out of 17,000.
There are thousands of projects in the Green Book. Not one is a ghost project. And yet President Akufo-Addo has been making the claim, that false claim that the Green Book is full of ghost projects. I'm not done, please. You spoke for a long time, so allow me to build my point. No, but he is also not the one to tell me, Bernard, please. He is also not the person to tell me that I have exhausted my time.
I'm summarizing the
and I'm on the floor.
No, you're not on the floor. I'm saying that in conclusion, your argument is that the 25 projects don't exist in the first one you showed.
The 26
don't exist. And I'm summarizing that to say his argument is that those 26 is just a 1% of the total.
There are 2 things I have to say about that. Number one, in the press statement, we indicated that we have identified hundreds of ghost projects. But for want of time and space, we're going to limit ourselves to those few examples. And we gave 26. So that is not to say that there are only 26 ghost. We have hundreds of them. And I have given you examples of ghost projects which are not part of the 26. Number 2, I am saying that there should not be any margin of error.
Yes.
When a government is accounting to the people for projects they have done, even one lie,
fair enough.
It's a serious dent on your integrity as a government. You claim to have done an AstroTurf at Adenta. It is not there. You are not ashamed of yourself. You are not embarrassed, and you are here laughing.
Bernard, in my own setting, just like in many other settings, all the claims that Dr. Bawumia made have been proven to be true. So in Lejokuku, the roads he mentioned...
Lejokuku is not part of our list.
Please, I'm coming.
Lejokuku is not part of our list.
I'm happy that you have a vice president that puts all projects in the country on the portal. And in my backyard, all the projects he has mentioned are there for me to experience. I'm also happy that I've had the opportunity to prove to Ghanaians that when Sammy says a project is ghost, he, the same Sammy on another in another break, can say that it's only up to the lentil level. It tells the consistency with which he speaks.
I said you have shown pictures of 2 projects at lentil. You have not shown the 30 unit projects.
Please,
it is ghost.
Oh, please. I'm being sarcastic. It tells how consistent he is. When he makes a press conference in the midst of his NDC audio, tells that this is a non-existent project.
Serious,
please, I'm coming.
Tell us 120, where is it? Bernard, I think you should ask him those specific questions.
You are just living like him now.
Yes, shows up on City TV.
I'm just giving him a dose of his own medicine so that you know how it feels.
Shows up on City TV and tells us that...
You said you've done a market at Dabala. Where is it?
Please, I've seen 2 projects. They are not even up to lentil level. Well, the same man said they were ghost and non-existent only a few days ago. Tell me, the Adenta AstroTurf. Sammy says that, wow, it doesn't exist, it's ghost. Now pictures come. Yes, it's not a...
Show the AstroTurf.
Please, it's not... Yes, you see, it's not a completed project.
What you are insult to the intelligence of our viewers.
Please, an AstroTurf doesn't start from the grass straight to what you see in the videos and pictures. It takes building, you do leveling and all that. There is evidence to show that there is activity.
This is the evidence.
Please, and some works.
This is the site.
This is the site.
So is this an AstroTurf?
Please. Every
this is an AstroTurf.
Okay, let's be clear. Did you say they are finished or it's ongoing?
No,
they said they have built an AstroTurf.
Okay.
And so the Minister of Information says they captured it in error.
Yeah, so
they are so all 3,000 projects you built in.
No, it's not the AstroTurf site.
No, so
an AstroTurf. So this is an AstroTurf.
Good. So
this man has no shame.
Oh, it is okay. What's that? Why are you using?
Even Kojo Okonkoma says the thing is an error. You are here saying that.
I think
what are you talking about?
Now you have gone out of order.
You are being overly charitable.
You are completely out of order.
Because you have a certain standard on this program.
Yes, and
people should not get away with it.
And I think that you are violating that standard.
Yes.
Because you just complained of interruptions and you are doing the same thing. And you're a lawyer.
I mean, it's completely. I'm just giving him a dose of his own medicine.
If a structure is even 20%,
like he was unfair to me, right?
If a structure is even 20% complete, and Sammy comes to tell us that any claim that is completed,
where is the secure of 500 units?
Please, if you have said,
where is talent?
I think you are being incorrigible. Honestly.
No. Where is it? Just let's dancing around the issues, blah blah blah. 20%. Where is the AstroTurf? Where is the 500 housing?
Hold on. Is it your plan that you won't let him talk?
I just want him to provide answers since he says I'm a liar.
Or do you think that the public cannot discern what he's saying?
Bernard, 500
Why don't you just keep quiet for him to talk?
No problem.
Because that's the rules.
But he was not quiet for me.
And we stopped him.
No problem, I'll be quiet. Let him show us the 500 units as secure. So I'll be quiet. I won't talk again.
Sammy Gyamfi.
I won't talk again.
Yes, so they say you calls for equity must come with clean hands. When you use the expression or the phrase that the vice president, you describe him as coming with a cocktail of lies, I expect some level of accuracy from you. If your claim is that Vice President saying it's completed cannot be true, and that it's even 30 or 40%, I'll go with it. But when you use the expression non-existent, ghost, then it tells that you yourself are being deceptive in your claims.
Okay.
Once you have a site and there is evidence of some works that has happened, it's a different thing to say it's a ghost and another thing to say that it's not completed.
Okay.
And then lastly, I am happy that out of the 17,000 projects then, after 48 hours of scrutiny, it was about 0.05% of projects that were identified. And even with those projects, they are being exposed as not being true.
Thank you very much, Okoe. Our job is actually to do more work than we've done. So as we find the projects, as we go to the site, we would show you what exists and what doesn't exist.
Okay.
I want to say a big thank you to my guests. Sammy Gyamfi is the communication officer of the
NDC. Also is a good project.
And
500,000 units.
Okoe Bernard is the MP for Lejokuku and also the Deputy Minister for Health. My name is Bernard Avle. Thank you for watching. Stay with CCTV. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
The Point of View is powered by Airtel Tigo. Have you heard that Airtel Tigo calls from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. and Airtel Tigo money transfers are now free on new SIMs?